What is going on, guys? This is Joey Young coming at you with an update on the Planet Nano Reef. Today I'm going to quickly give you guys an update on the tank, how the project is going along. So originally this tank was set up to be a clownfish breeding project, and obviously I decided to take down my other nano tank and I moved the inhabitants from that onto the display tank up top here. So this is the sump area where the original two pairs of clowns, these are my snowflake clowns that I was trying to breed. So as you can see, there is a date on that tank above there. So at the beginning of last month was probably the last time they spawned. They haven't spawned recently. It's probably due to the temperature on some of this. It's still a little clownfish just dragging the little plants. They love to play around in this tank a lot. They just like to grab everything, like create like little sand like holes, barriers. It's pretty fun. They're fun little guys. But that was the last batch that they've laid. They've been laying consistently for about 2 weeks approximately, and I haven't had any success. So the last two times, I will tell you, the first time I literally picked up that little clay pot once they finished laying, and it was approximately like 8 days into the hatching process. I picked it up and I put a little like breeder net that was over here to kind of like house them from the parents from eating them. The one mistake I did was I quickly picked up the pot out of the air and into that. It was maybe exposed out of the air for like maybe like a half a second, so less than that. The next day, basically all the eggs just kind of rotted and they just died. One thing was, I want to say, was it probably didn't have enough flow in there to keep the eggs from getting rotten. So that was a mistake for me. The next time they did hatch, I did the same thing, but this time I dunked the net underwater so it wasn't exposed to the air, and I just transferred from there to a net. So the breeder net that I had, I don't have it with me, but it basically was a little container that kind of hung over this little sump here. And I put it in there, and I put an air stone in there to help generate some flow on the eggs. And that helped, actually. It got all the way up until the fries hatch. A couple of them hatched, maybe like, it was only like 5 or something. Not very many. I think that batch that they laid was very little eggs, actually. Maybe like only like 10 or 15 or something like that. Some did hatch, but every time they hatched, literally within like a day, the next morning or something, all of them would die, like no matter what. I had Rutherfords, pre-grown and ready to feed them and everything, and they just really didn't get, to the point or even to a chance where they can even eat. So a few unsuccessful hatches. I'm gonna keep attempting those, but it's really hard to do this. I almost want to say that you probably want to even do it like on a bare bottom, so that it's just like really easy with some flow or something like that. But we'll give it a try. We'll continue giving it a try and see what's different. One alternate thing that I will probably do this time that's different is actually have a heater. My heater broke for this tank and I just didn't replace it. So this tank is just running whatever, to be honest. And I think that's why that they aren't breeding for me, is because the temperature is a little bit too low. It's fine for like normal, like saltwater inhabitants, and if you're just keeping it, but you have to raise the temperature a little bit to around close to 80 for the clownfish to start like breeding or wanting to breed. Alright, so before I continue the update, I really need to do a check on my parameters. I've been neglecting to do this, and it's really important actually, but I haven't. So it's been months since I've last checked this. I want to check it to make sure the parameters are right, and I'm still dosing the right amount. I've been dosing magnesium from the CChem ions that CChem has graciously given me to try out. So this is my magnesium so far. Also, I've been dosing alkalinity because alkalinity has been dipping a little bit. Alright, so I just finished doing the parameter test. So my alkalinity definitely was a little low, 7.6. I'm really surprised it didn't drop a lot lower because, I haven't really tested for a while. So I definitely need to start upping the dose a little bit to compensate for that. And then my magnesium is at 1260, so it's not too bad. It's still pretty low, 100 off from where the target I need it to be. So how has it affected my tank? So my tank, I've been noticing like the corals are doing okay, like they're just like there, and they're not really like super lush as I've seen them in the past. And then my plants though, the blade grasses are growing like crazy. I've actually, this is like the trimmed down version of it. Like a lot of it has been like sewed off, but the kelp has definitely been this way for a long time. It hasn't like grown a lot, and it hasn't grown like at all. Some of the parameter drops probably could explain some of this, but I'll up the dose and I'll see if it actually bounces back. Alright, so the current issues in the tank is some hair algae I'm getting on the kelp here, especially these kelps. They pick up the hair algae a lot. It's just the finer stuff. The Maidenhair Grass kind of decides to like go off and die and then come back and then die and then come back. So I don't know what it's doing, because like right now it's growing back, but like in my previous video, I don't think this was here, it like completely died off. So I don't know what's going on with this plant. It like dies and comes back, but it's really nice when it's alive. All right, and then there are my two other clownfish. This is my lightning clownfish, and then this is my gold nugget. The gold nugget has been that size for a while now. The lightning clownfish has grown a lot since you guys, I guess, first seen it way back in a couple months ago. The colors on the patterns are amazing. Look at this. Look at this. Look at it coming up. Ooh, it looks beautiful. Lightning clownfish. I wish the original pair of lightning clownfish would have survived. That would have been a really nice dual pair there. Maybe I'll pick one up down the road, but right now I'm kind of really happy with the two clownfish pairs that I have currently in the tank. Alright, so this is the Maidenhair Grass that was on the far right side. It's starting to like die, I guess, because normally it's like this green. As you can see, like this piece is starting to grow now, and this is like starting to die, so I don't know what's going on with the Maidenhair Grass. It's kind of just like doing its thing. And that's my bird nest. It's dead now, and you know, it's just chilling in there, skeleton, giving back, you know, the traces to the tank. But as you can see, the rocks on the tank has finally really colored up. The coralline algae has taken over all the rocks. Like, actually, this is the fastest I've seen coralline algae grow on like my tanks. It's like spreading like crazy, and it's really awesome, the colors. And here's my cleaner shrimp on the right side. This is like his corner, his like little haven. He always is on this side, like just chilling. Like I think he just owns this side. It's kind of funny because certain fish kind of own certain areas of this tank because it's kind of like a lot bigger, and there's not really, you know, much inhabitants in the tank, so they kind of just claim certain areas, which is pretty funny. And then this side is a little not so trimmed. Probably once I sell off one more batch of the ferns here, it will be a little bit more tame. This was a lot worse. It used to be like this jungle, like over here and then over here. Like I sold off like this side, and I just need to sell off this side. And then that will be like trimmed. So far I'm really happy with the tank. It's doing really well, other than, so far I'm happy with the tank. It's doing really well. The only thing, I'm currently battling is the algae, the hair algae. Some bubble algae here and there that seems to just pop up here and there and it'll disappear sometimes. But I'm really trying to optimize my dosing to grow these kelps. I would really love the red plants here to really take off, because I haven't had success for them to really just like flourish and just take off. So that's my goal for the tank, is to try to find a really good like either lighting plus dosing or something to help these guys take off. Alright guys, hope you guys like the update. Let me know what you guys think, and until next time guys, peace. Are you looking to take on the next challenge in the Planet Tank hobby? Then make sure to check out the Wabikusa Eco Ball. It's simple, unique, and easy to care for. This is the next level in the Planet Tank hobby, blending immerse and submerged plants together. Stop by the store at purelyaquatic.com to buy your own Eco Ball and rare plants.